The uterus is one of the most unique organs in the body. Before pregnancy, it's about the size of a lemon, measuring 7 to 8 centimeters in length and holding approximately 10 milliliters of fluid. At full term, 40 weeks, in a singleton pregnancy, the uterus expands dramatically. It can measure 35 to 40 centimeters in length and hold around 5 liters of fluid, the fetus, and the placenta. In a twin pregnancy, the uterus stretches even further to accommodate both fetuses. It may contain 6 to 10 liters or more of fluid, placentas, and the growing twins. As the uterus expands, the mother may experience increased discomfort, including shortness of breath, acid reflux, and trouble sleeping. Hormonal changes add to the challenge, combined with extreme fatigue, limited mobility, and anxiety about labor. These factors can significantly affect the mother's mental well-being. Additionally, the risks of gestational hypertension and gestational diabetes rise. Braxton Hicks contractions may become more frequent and can be mistaken for true labor. Because twin pregnancies carry a higher risk of preterm labor, doctors closely monitor for contractions, cervical changes, and early labor signs, sometimes requiring hospitalization. In the final weeks before delivery, the fetuses gain weight quickly, though they often remain smaller than singleton babies. Their lungs continue maturing as they practice breathing movements. Typically, lungs are fully developed by 37 weeks of gestation, enabling independent breathing. However, more than half of twin pregnancies result in preterm birth before 37 weeks. In such cases, newborns may need NICU support to help with breathing until their lungs fully develop. By weeks 37 to 38, a twin pregnancy is considered full term. At this stage, induction or a scheduled C-section is often recommended, since carrying twins beyond 38 weeks increases the risk of stillbirth and placental insufficiency. Momo twins should always be delivered via cesarean section to avoid umbilical cord complications. About 60 to 75% of twins are born by C-section, though vaginal delivery is still possible in certain cases. Vaginal birth of both twins is the most favorable outcome. However, a C-section may be recommended if the first baby is in a breech, transverse, or non-head-down position. There is a low-lying or shared placenta. The mother had a complicated previous delivery with a single baby. To prepare for delivery, the doctor evaluates the fetus's positions through ultrasound. If both twins are head-down, vertex-vertex, vaginal delivery is possible. If twin A is head-down and twin B is breech or transverse, vaginal birth may still be possible under certain conditions. For all women with twin pregnancies attempting labor, regional anesthesia, epidural, is recommended. It allows for breech extraction of the second twin, a procedure that's difficult to perform without proper anesthesia. Labor in twin pregnancies begins just like in single pregnancies, with contractions. The uterus starts tightening regularly, with contractions occurring every 5 to 10 minutes and lasting at least 30 to 60 seconds. Usually, the first amniotic sac breaks on its own. If only one sac ruptures, labor can still proceed, and the second sac may break later. During labor, the mother's body releases high levels of hormones. Oxytocin stimulates contractions, beta endorphins relieve pain, and relaxin and estrogen soften the pelvic ligaments, cervix, and vaginal tissues, making them more flexible. After the water breaks, contractions become stronger, helping push the baby down into the birth canal. The cervix dilates from 0 centimeters to 10 centimeters to allow the baby's head to pass. After the baby is fully delivered, the doctor clears the airway and the baby takes its first breath. After twin A is born, the doctor clamps and cuts the umbilical cord, but the placenta is not delivered yet, as twin B is still inside the uterus. Following twin A's birth, doctors closely monitor twin B's position using ultrasound. With more space now available, twin B may change position. If the baby turns sideways, transverse, or breech, the doctor might attempt an internal podalic version, IPV, inserting a hand into the uterus to grasp the feet and turn the baby into breech position for delivery. This procedure requires a highly skilled medical professional. If twin B remains head down, vertex, a vaginal delivery can continue. The mother resumes pushing. Once twin B is born, the uterus continues to contract, to detach and expel the placentas. These contractions are generally milder than those experienced during labor. If each twin has their own placenta, dichorionic twins, 2 separate placentas will be delivered. If the twins share one placenta, monochorionic twins, only one placenta is delivered. Immediately after birth, each twin is assessed for breathing, heart rate, weight, length, and head circumference. The babies are then placed skin to skin on the mother's chest to encourage bonding. If they are ready, breastfeeding can begin. Mothers of twins produce more milk, but establishing a feeding routine often requires time and patience. Rest, hydration, and a diet rich in iron, protein, and vitamins are essential to support milk production. After the twins and placentas are delivered, the mother's body begins the recovery process. The uterus contracts back toward its normal size in a process called involution, which may cause mild cramping, especially during breastfeeding. Heavy bleeding, known as lochia, is common during the first 1 to 2 weeks after birth. It gradually lightens and may continue for 4 to 6 weeks. Passing small clots is normal, but large clots or heavy bleeding should be reported to a doctor. Recovery may take longer after a twin birth due to increased blood loss and the physical demands of carrying 2 babies. Twin birth is a profound event for both parents, but it's the mother who undergoes significant physical recovery and emotional changes. A supportive father or partner plays a vital role in her healing, both physically and emotionally. Hormonal shifts can trigger mood swings, anxiety, baby blues, or even postpartum depression. Patience is key. Encouraging open conversations about her emotions can help her navigate the transition into motherhood. Sharing responsibilities like diaper changes, bottle feeding, burping, and comforting the babies is essential. The father's role isn't just about caring for the newborns. It's also about nurturing his wife. Parenthood is a shared journey. With love, patience, and teamwork, both parents can support one another and face the joys and challenges of raising twins together.